Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye and in today's video I'm doing a low buy haul part 2. If you're newer to my channel or you haven't seen this series, basically every 4 months I haul everything that I have purchased on my low buy, give you guys some thoughts, reviews, and I feel like it's kind of interesting to see what someone buys during a low buy. And honestly, I don't tend to buy enough things in one go to warrant like a separate haul video, so this is my way of doing hauls. Also, if you haven't seen the first part of this video for 2021, I will link that video down below. And I'm gonna be honest, in this quarter, I am quite proud of myself. I have done so much better than the first 4 months. Like, considering that, like, my life kind of fell apart in July, I didn't shop that much, which I'm quite proud of myself for. First things first, let's talk about May 2021 and what I bought then. So the first thing I bought was the Natasha Cutie palette Coral. I have been wanting this since it released and that packaging is so gorgeous. And my friend Tyra, 100 Palettes Later on Instagram, she was selling this because she barely used it and I thought I'll jump on the chance. It's this gorgeous little corally peachy 6-pan and I love these two super sparkly shades. This is a more like creamy metallic. That's a satin, which I'm not a big fan of, and 2 mattes. I really enjoyed this palette so much. I included it in I Shop My Stash, and Nabla's formula is so underrated. Like, it's really fantastic. The mattes were beautiful and super pigmented and creamy. The metallics, the 2 sparkly ones, Mandarin especially, has my entire heart. It's more of, this one's more of a sheer sparkly like peachy silver and it's so stunning. I Got You is also quite sparkly as well but has more of a base colour, and Coral Amber is just a beautiful creamy like bronze colour, which I feel like in this palette, in order to make it my perfect palette, I would make the red either a matte or a super sparkly high shine metallic, switch this out for like a deep red matte, and maybe change this for something a bit more colourful, but I understand that Nabla is more of a brand that's like sophisticated colour, you know what I mean? Not like super wham bam, like sugar pill fun size palette type colour. But despite that, I really enjoy the 6-pan. I like the size of it. It's not like too small and not too big. Like, I mean, it's the size of my hand and I have pretty tiny hands. If you're eyeing up this palette, I do highly recommend it. I think it's absolutely adorable and so sweet. The price is right as well. It's got a nice little mirror in there. Really cute travel palette for me. Not that I've been travelling at all, but you know, when I do eventually travel again, that palette's coming with me. I also placed my first order from Shine by SD and I bought 3 of their Reserve shadows right here. I have Reserve number 2, number 5, and I believe number 6. They look like this. These are the really flaky shadows. Like, I did a new to me single shadow swatch party and I included these there. These are quite like flaky and quite gritty. The flaky texture is quite unique and they're super high shine. I mean, look at that. That is beaming. And while they are absolutely stunning and really fun on the eyes, I don't know if I would buy more of this formula from Shine by SD. I really like Reserve number 5, that purple shade. I'll swatch all 3 for you, why not? Because that purple is a gorgeous warm lavender purple. It's really stunning. And the shade Reserve number 2, this is a dupe for the Penthouse shade from the Kaleidos Sashimi City palette. So if you wanted that palette but you didn't want to buy the whole palette for one shade, this shade is basically a dupe. It's also similar to Divina Gumballs. You can kind of see the greeny shift in there. They are very shifty and really pretty. Like I said, I wouldn't buy more of this formula because I don't think it's my absolute favourite. The texture is a bit weird. I've been really enjoying these shadows, especially for the inner corner or layered on top of other shadows. That's the way that I use these. And I am really eyeing up some of the Dynasty collection. I know they have Dynasty 1 and Dynasty 2. I'm eyeing up some shadows from those collections. I know one of you commented on my video of my single shadow wish list, and you said that some of the shades in Shine by SD, like a couple of the greens, a couple of the purples, are a bit too similar, so I feel like when I next place an order from them, I gotta keep that in mind to not buy, like, things too close to each other. The last thing I bought in May was filling up some slots in my wet liner collection, and these 5 are from Glisten, as always. I did buy some more Glisten liners later on, spoiler alert. And I will be doing a wet liner swatch party video. I'm not too sure when that video is going out, potentially this week. But if you're curious, the shades I got are Bananas, which is the classic yellow shade. I got Flamingo, which is a gorgeous medium toned pink. I got Cash Flow, which is this gorgeous green. Like, oh, I absolutely love this shade. I use it so much. This tone of green is so much fun to me. I got the shade Loch Ness, which is kind of like an emerald green, and I got the shade Monster Rat, which is like a teal blue. Now June was a big spender because in June, Cleona had their stained glass shadow restock, and I hopped on that shit. I bought 10 shadows from Cleona, and I did do a Cleona collection video and I swatched all of the shadows, but the new shadows to me were Translucency, Vermilion, Stencil, Enamel, Ripple, Seal, Throne, Courtyard, and Verte. Either way, I'm so happy I expanded my Cleona collection this year, and this palette is my crown jewel in my collection. There's one missing right here just so I could take them out easily because some of these are in a custom palette of mine at the moment. I absolutely love... Cleona make my favourite metallics of all time, and I just love them with my entire heart and my entire being. The shades that I've been using the most are definitely Courtyard. Like, I love this shade so much. Ripple as well has been a really heavily used shade from me. Same with Vermilion. Like, the deep iridescent line from them, I'm going to get all of the shades. That's very Goblin-esque of me, but like, they're so unique and gorgeous. If you want to know my favourite formulas from Cleona, Glitter Multichromes, I have so many of them. I think I almost have all of them. It's a bit obscene. The Glitter Multichromes, Deep Iridescence, and the Vibrants are my favourite. Again, I almost have all of the Vibrants. The Vibrants are Throne, Courtyard, Heirloom, Lineage. I think there's 3 Vibrants that I'm missing, and I'm going to get those ones because it's my favourite formula from them. I do hear that Cleona are going to be introducing some more stained glass shadows in their collection, which I'm eyeing up so bad. I'm not gonna rush to get them since I do have a bunch, but I love them. Apparently they're going to be coming out with vibrant glitters, like a mixture of the glitter multichromes and the vibrant multichromes, and like I just said, those are 2 of my favourite formulas from them, so if they come out with those, just mind your business. Mind your business. I will be getting them eventually. Now the rest of the products I bought in June are pretty boring, in all honesty. First one being the NYX Worth the Hype mascara right here. If it will focus, excuse me. This is a nice mascara. I mean, I'm quite bad at mascaras because my eyelashes suck ass and I wear lashes a lot of the time. The brush is really fluffy and huge as well, which is quite nice. I like this mascara. It doesn't burn my eyes, it doesn't smudge, doesn't flake. It separates the lashes nicely, lengthens them nicely. Not super volumizing, but it's alright considering for the price. There are not many drugstore cruelty-free mascaras out there, but this one from NYX is alright. I think I would repurchase this. Also from NYX, I bought the NYX Brow Glue, and it looks like this right here. It's a little bit nasty because it's a clear brow gel, and this brow gel is the best brow gel I've ever used. It's got a really strong hold to it, but it's not like crispy. You know how some brow gels, they're so thick and super strong hold that they feel crunchy in your eyebrows, and I don't like that considering I'm a person with really big brows naturally. Like, I'm not wearing a brow pencil today, just this. I will say if you apply a little bit too much product in your brows, it does feel a bit gloopy because it is like a glue texture, I guess. That sounds so gross, but it's really good. So literally I just use one dip for both brows. The brow like spoolie is really nice, really tiny. You can really get in there and comb them up. I do hear if you do soap brows, this is the best brow gel to do that with. I can't do soap brows because with the way that my brows look, it looks a bit fucking wrong on my face if I try and do soap brows. But I love this brow gel. It's fantastic. Paired with the brow pencil that I use, it's beautiful. I don't often talk about brow products because brows are the most boring step in my routine for me. I just whack a brow gel in, maybe pencil them in a little bit. But this brow gel, NYX Brow Glue, amazing. And I think it's like £5.50. Like, it's so cheap. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I also bought the Kimchi Chic Fake Freckle product. I believe this is the shade, it's called the Candy Girl Fake Freckle product, and this is the shade Afternoon in the Flower Field. I'm guessing they'll come out with more shades eventually because this is a very like warm toned brown, and I feel like they need a deeper shade in this to work on other skin tones as well. But I wear this basically every time I do my makeup. Ironically, I'm not wearing it today. I just feel like I wanted to do more of like a badass look. I feel like freckles just make me look a bit cute. Not really badass. I don't know. I get freckles naturally in the sun, but I think you can tell by the background, it's cloudy and dark and shit in the UK. Basically all the time except for 2 weeks in summer, so I don't get freckles here, unfortunately. It's got a super tiny applicator that I just dot all over my face and you pat them in. This is so natural looking on your face. This is so natural looking on your face. And they just look so cute, and you can really control how dark they are. The longer you leave them on without patting them in, they appear darker on your skin. This is fantastic. Anytime I'm wearing freckles, it's this product, and it's great. I do want to try the Freck product, but I feel like all fake freckle products are basically the same from what I've heard. In June, I also purchased a concealer that I no longer have in my collection, and we'll talk about it. I purchased the Juvias Authentic Concealer. I was in the shade, I think either 20 or 30. It was called Actual, the shade name. This shade matched me perfectly. I liked the finish on my under eyes and the rest of my face. It blended in with my skin tone beautifully, didn't look dry, cakey, whatnot, not too greasy either. However, and it's a big however, this broke me out really fucking bad. My skincare routine is pretty bulletproof right now. The only time when I break out is when I wear masks to work, which unfortunately my acne prone skin is not a big fan of it, but I refuse to not wear a mask because we're in a pandemic. I ain't gonna stop wearing one. But I used to get texture all on my forehead, like little bumps, before I got my skincare routine down to the point where I no longer like have texture on my forehead anymore, like it's completely smooth. This concealer gave me like the irritated red bumps on my forehead, which I immediately knew because I put concealer on my forehead. I immediately knew it was this concealer that did it because it was the only thing that was different in my routine, and where I would put it around like this section, I would get like really itchy under the skin bumps. So this concealer's a bitch. It didn't get along with me. Anyways, we are moving on to July, and this month was a lot of like necessary purchases. Again, nothing super exciting. I didn't buy any eyeshadow this month. Now, I made a cheeky Beautybay order in this month, and I bought the Fenty Beauty Eye Brightener Concealer. Focus on it, please. I'm in the shade number 2, Golden Ivory, and this concealer is fantastic. Considering all the concealers that I used this year, except for my Oma one, were just not good on me, this was a savior. This shade on my skin is the perfect match for me. It's basically undetectable, and because it's that like light medium coverage, it, like I said, it just looks like you had a nice night's sleep and you're well hydrated. It doesn't crease, it does crease on me at the end of the day, which I kind of expect. I mean, it's quite difficult to expect a concealer to be completely creaseless, but this only creases on me like at the very end of the day, which is a good sign. It looks smooth on my under eyes and the rest of my face. It's not drying, cakey, cracky, anything like that, and it's not too greasy either. It is a perfect concealer. If you like light to medium coverage, this is so good. But yes, this is one of my favorite concealers of all time. This one tied with my Oma Beauty concealer. This is my full coverage matte bitch. This is my light medium natural concealer. These two, the best concealers I've ever used. And speaking of fantastic from Fenty, I also bought the Eavesdrop Tinted Moisturizer. I'm in the shade number 2, and this shade matches me perfectly. I don't know what Rihanna put in this product, but on my nose, my blackheads look like they've disappeared, and like my skin does look blurred. It's a bit weird, I must say. I'm not wearing it today, but anytime I wear this, it just evens out your skin tone nicely, and it still looks like your skin. Like, it's not super matte, it's not super dewy, it's a good medium. I have oily skin. I know some of my friends with dry skin haven't been a big fan of this because it does cling to dry patches according to them, but for me, this works wonderfully. It lasts really nicely throughout the day. I do have to blot, but I normally have to blot anyways. This is really fantastic. I do want to mix this. I haven't tried it yet. I do want to mix it with my Auric Glow Lust because I would be curious to see what these two together would create, because these are my two like favorite base products. Whilst I was making that Beautybay order, I also found my Urban Decay All Nighter setting sprays. Now, I've mentioned this every single time I mention setting sprays, I have used Urban Decay All Nighter since I started doing makeup, basically. I believe the duo of these were either 24 or 26 pounds, I don't quite remember, and it was the same price as just one, so I thought, kill two birds with one stone, let's get both, bitch! Because I will eventually run out of this one. This is the one I'm currently using. I love Urban Decay All Nighter, it's a holy grail for me, has been for years, and I'm so excited to have one here and a backup as well. I'm not normally a backup type person, the only backups I buy are mascara and setting spray. Since I was also struggling with the lip bar powder that I had, I did buy the Fenty Beauty loose powder. Now I originally wanted to buy the loose powder from Good Mela. They're a black-owned indie brand based in the UK. Now my friends Alex and Natalia, My Makeup Pantry on Instagram and Another Day Another Pan on Instagram, they both own the Fenty loose powder and the Good Mela loose powder, and they said that they're basically dupes. They're the exact same. The Good Mela one is cheaper though, I believe maybe like 15 pounds or 12 pounds, I don't remember, don't quote me. So I was looking to buy the Good Mela one, but my shade was sold out and I was desperate for a powder because I was like, I can't use this lip bar powder any longer. Every time I look at my face it looks gross, so I just bit the bullet and bought the Fenty powder instead. I am in the shade 02 Butter, and y'all, this powder, yes, just yes. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't make my skin look dry, it blurs my skin nicely, sets it beautifully, is super finely milled and super silky. I've been absolutely loving this loose powder. No matter how much you put on, it still looks like blurred and gorgeous. Big fan of this. And also inside, the packaging is absolutely gorgeous too. It gets a bit fingerprinty, but that's besides the point. It also has a stopper right here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. Right there. It comes with a stopper, which is very, very handy. I will also be doing a video where I demo and review these properly with like different application methods of these three products from Fenty. Don't know when that's going up, but should be eventually soon. The last thing I purchased in July, this one was a bit of a spontaneous purchase from me, but all of my friends talk about how much they love Rituel de Fille, especially my friend Andromeda. They are basically a Rituel de Fille stan account, and anything Andromeda likes, I usually like, and I decided to have a little purchase. This was also influenced by my same friend Katie. They were placing an order on Cult Beauty for a few Rituel de Fille products, and if you spend over £50 you got a free full-sized highlight, and it was a highlight that she wanted. I believe the two products that Katie was buying came around to like £45 or £48, and then Katie said to me, look, I want these two products and the highlights so badly, do you want anything from them? So I did. It was a bit spontaneous, but I bought the Inner Glow Cream Pigment in the shade Delirium. This is a shade that Katie has been loving so much, and like I mentioned, anything Katie likes, I usually like too. It is this beautiful burnt orange shade, and this shade with my hair color, perfection. The formula on this reminds me a lot of the Fenty cream blushes, and these act just like the Fenty cream blushes. That's a quick swatch of it right there. It is a beautiful burnt orange shade, very unique to my collection. I don't have a shade quite like this. It's got a nice amount of red to it. It's a gorgeous shade, really, really stunning. And I'm a little bit concerned that I like this so much because now I'm eyeing up the other shades, even though I know I need to be careful with the blush spending. I'm a big blush bitch now, and I need to just love the ones in my collection already, but it adds so much to my collection and I'm a big fan of it. It sparks a lot of joy. And finally, we're moving on to all of the products I purchased in August. Now, August, I didn't buy that many things either. Now, the palette that I purchased is one that I'm wearing on my eyes today, and it's the Beautybay Wilderness palette. This palette is beautiful, and I believe this palette was only £14, which is a little bit... Excuse me? Like, this palette is so cheap considering, like, all the other palettes in my collection. And the colour story is gorgeous, the shimmers look stunning. This look that I'm wearing today is part of my 3 Looks 1 palette plus review with this palette that should be going up very, very soon. Now, Beautybay have said that this is limited edition, which is a bit stupid. I'm like, why? Why are they making all their 20 pans limited edition? Like, why? The prettiest palettes that Beautybay has ever done, and they're all limited edition? It's suspicious to me. I think they did say that they are working on a restock of this, so I hope that they do, because more of y'all need your hands on this. Like this palette has taken the internet, the beauty community by storm when it came out, and I understand why. The color story is beautiful. The formula so far is really, really nice. I've only used this 3 times. I will use it more times before I do my review, but so far, man, this is really fucking good. Like, really fucking good. The shimmers in here feel like Colourpop Super Shock shadows, which, gorgeous. Let me just swatch this shade right here, Lime. Like, are you kidding me? Are you absolutely shitting me? I'll do a cheeky little swatch right here. But like, look at that. That's like indie level sparkly and shiny. I'm also going to be working on a duping video with this palette because I asked on Instagram if you'd like to see that and a lot of you said that you would. So a duping video with this will be coming very soon as well. But so far, really loving this palette. The color story is stunning, and I did buy this palette as a congratulations for a good brand launch for Rain Cloud Candles. So this was my like cheeky little treat yourself purchase, you know what I mean? Now remember how I said that I had more glisten liners in this haul to show you? Here they are. I bought 10 more liners from Glisten, and 10 little bit wild I must say, but their build your own bundle was I believe like 10% or 20% off, and codes could be used on top of it, so I got these for a good price. Every time I hold my liners like this I feel like No Face from Spirited Away. Just take my liners so I can eat your body. And like I mentioned earlier, I will be doing a wet liner swatch party, but in this haul, I bought some liner colours that I was missing, and I also bought some of their cocktail collection. So the non-duochrome liners I got the shades Raspberry, which is a nice little berry colour, which is nice and cute. I then got the shade Heather, which is a nice matte cool toned purple. I then got the shade Plum, which is a cool toned light purple, not quite, more of a lavender kind of colour. I got the shade Menthe. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like a nice sagey green with a bit of a grey undertone. Big fan of that one. I then got the split liner in the shade Buff. I really should have been opening these to show you properly, but oh well. Which is kind of like a light beige and like a nice lighter brown. I do want the shade Coffee Cup as well, which is kind of more of a taupey brown shade. That colour is so pretty. And now let's talk about the cock liners from the cocktail collection. I will be taking off the lids so you can see these ones in their full glory. The first shade is Mojito, which is a gorgeous green to pink. And y'all know how I feel about green right now. I love green. The next shade is also kind of a green, and this is Breezer. It's kind of like a gold teal green. The next shade is Cosmo, and this is a pink with a dark pink and blue sheen. Penultimate shade is Blue Lagoon, and this is your classic blue to purple with a bit of gold in there as well. And the final one, which I think is my favourite one out of all of them, this is Curacao. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but it's a deep purple with a gold and like a light purple sheen. It is really, really unique and pretty. This reminds me a lot of Stencil from Cleona, that shade. Stunning. So yes, there will be a wet liner swatch party video where I swatch every single wet liner in my collection by colour family, and that's going to be really fun. So you'll see those in action very soon. And the final thing that I bought in August, I don't actually have to hand right now, and must admit, this was a spontaneous purchase. I was feeling extremely sad, really down on myself, and I placed an order. But it was something on my wish list, so was it really that bad of an order? Was it really? And that thing being the Spring Duochrome Sparkly Bundle from Glaminatrix. These shades right here, I mentioned them in my single shadow wish list, and man, these shades are gorgeous. Fairy Garden is a shade that my friend Jazz named, and it's so stunning. It reminds me a lot of Tulle from Glam Shop, and now that I have this one, I don't have to buy the Glam Shop one. There's also a shade called Goblin, which makes my heart very happy because I frequently call myself a goblin of many things. It's also my brother's nickname for me, little goblin or gremlin or both. So yes, naturally I was drawn to this for the greens, and I did mention in my single shadow wishlist video that I wasn't gonna buy the bundle, but I did. I did buy the bundle. But I will use all the shades, and I like all of the shades too. Once these arrive, I will do a little video dedicated to them if you're curious, or I'll include them in like a new to me single shadows video, where I swatched some newer shadows to me. But yeah, those are all the products that I have bought in the last quarter, and I am quite happy with the selection of things that I bought. I mean, I write down everything that I buy in my bullet journal right here, and the first quarter I filled up 2 pages, and now it's just on 1 page, which I'm quite proud of myself for, you know? But yeah, with all of that said and done, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know, what are some products that are new to your collection? I would like to know. If you'd like to see more makeup content from me, then you can follow me on my Instagram. It's Beauty by Skye right here. I post all of my looks there, and I'm active on there every single day. This look that I'm wearing right here is part of my 3 looks 1 palette plus review with the Wilderness palette, which should be going up very soon. If you'd like to support me further, then I do have a candle business, Raincloud Candles Co. right here. We are a small queer-owned business and we make handmade candles based in the UK. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here, and as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!